It's another fall morning in the mason jar house. I really want breakfast again. I think this morning I'll have pumpkin pie.
April, give it up on pie for breakfast.
This morning we're going to make some pumpkin pie cheesecake stuffed French toast. Follow me and you can make some for yourself. So one of the first things we want to do is we're going to make the filling for the pumpkin pie cheesecake. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do probably about a 1/4 cup of pumpkin. Just a little bit more. This is going to make 2 nice sized pieces of stuffed French toast. So it's going to be really delicious. You can double, triple the recipe, whatever you want to do. So there's our pumpkin. And then we are going to take some cream cheese. This is going to be for our cheesecake part of the recipe. If I can get it open. And we're going to do, let's see, what's it say? We're probably going to do about 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces of cream cheese. Now this, I can tell you right now, is not a low-calorie recipe. So this is where it comes in handy that it's just 1 slice. But we won't fault you if you want more. Look at that. Beautiful. So now we're going to mix in a cap of vanilla to give us a nice deep vanilla flavor in there. Pumpkin pie spice. Use it. I find some people just do not like the pumpkin pie spice flavor. So just use it as you would any other spice that you like or whatever. And then we're going to do some light brown sugar. You could do some dark brown sugar, whatever your taste preference is. I personally prefer the light brown sugar. So I'm going to do probably 1/8 of a cup. So we do want, because we do want the sweetness, but the brown sugar will give a nice deep sweetness instead of just a regular sugar sweetness. And we're going to take our whisk and just whisk it all together. Now the cream cheese has been softened a little tiny bit. If you find you're having trouble mixing it, you can go ahead and throw probably the whole thing in the microwave for about 10 seconds to just melt it up a little. I know it doesn't look the most amazing right now, but I promise you it is going to taste amazing. It already smells amazing. If I was making a bigger batch, I would use a mixer. But for something this small, I didn't want to have to get out the mixer and wash the blades and everything else. So I'm just doing this, and it's going to come together nicely. Especially once it gets into the French toast, it's going to melt even more. Delicious. We're going to set that aside. And next we're going to cut our bread. If you've seen our apple pie video, you'll know that we're going to cut our bread into about 1-inch slices. A little bit less than 1 inch, probably. You just need that thickness so you can stuff it. So I'm going to cut my first slice. And my second slice. Now I can see, because of the way the bread was made, there is a little hole in that one, so I'm going to put this one aside so I can actually cut another piece that will be easier for me to use for this recipe. I won't waste that the other piece. I'll just save it for something else. Maybe some baked French toast or microwave French toast. If you've never used it, we do have a recipe on our website for like 5-minute French toast. You put the bread in the mug, your eggs, your vanilla, your milk, everything right in a mug. Pop it in the microwave. It's delicious. No stove needed. Great for the kids to be able to cook. So now we're going to put holes in our bread. And again, you want it to be big enough that you can slide a spoon in and slide your filling inside, but not too big that it just stays open, because you don't want all that delicious filling coming out when you're cooking. Okay, I think we got that. Now one of the next things we're going to do is we're just going to make our French toast egg dip, egg wash. Instead of using milk this time, I've got a secret ingredient. I'm going to use the pumpkin spice. Instead of using milk, I'm going to use a secret ingredient. I'm going to use pumpkin spice. Instead of using milk, I'm going to use a secret ingredient, and I am going to use pumpkin pie spice creamer. Whatever brand you prefer. I've got the International Delight here. And we're going to add a little bit of vanilla, a little bit more pumpkin pie spice. So we're going to do 3 eggs. 1, 2. I'll use this one since it's already cracked. 3. And again, we love our eggs here. Somebody beat that poor egg up. I think because I had some stuff piled on top of it. It's okay. Even broken eggs are beautiful. And they still have the same purpose. And that one don't, oh, thank you, don't want to crack. There we go. Some hard shells on these eggs. Alright, now we'll add a little bit of our pumpkin pie spice creamer. That's going to give us an extra kick of flavor. Probably about a half a cup of vanilla since you're using the pumpkin pie spice and it's already got some vanilla-y flavor in it. A little bit of pumpkin pie spice. Okay, and we're going to mix up our little egg mixture here. You probably in the past few videos have seen this thing on my hand. The other day my son and I decided that we were going to have matching tattoos, so I've got a Ninja Turtle tattoo on my hand. He's got one on his arm. Hey, when a 4-year-old asks you to share tattoos, you don't deny him. My hope is that as he gets older, once he's an adult, maybe he'll want to get like cute mother and son tattoos, but I know that's probably asking a little too much. Do you, any of you guys out there have tattoos, matching mother-son, mother-daughter tattoos? I know as the Mason Jar Mama family here, we're really, really wanting and looking into getting matching tattoos. So now that we've got our egg mixture all mixed up, we're going to fill our bread. Now this is stuffed French toast, so it is going to be kind of rich. Again, one slice will do. There's one. Get some more of that delicious, delicious filling. Get in there. Get in there. And now we're ready to fry it up. Now we are going to fry up our French toast. I always like to cook it in butter. I know some people just use a spray butter or whatever, but I just like the flavor that actual butter gives. We're going to melt that up there. As you can see, my pan is nice and hot and ready for the French toast. So we are going to dip it in the egg. Going to let it sit on each side for a couple seconds so it really sucks up that egg mixture. And don't be afraid to get messy. This is cooking. It's not any kind of prim and proper class. Look at that sizzle. So drop the egg. I'm so excited for this. It's going to be like so amazing. I, for the first time, seen the bottles of pumpkin spice latte Starbucks at Publix yesterday, and of course I had to pick one up. So I'm excited for a pumpkin flavored breakfast as well. Don't they look beautiful in there? Alright, now it's time for the flip. Woohoo! Look at that. Woo! Pretty! Gonna let that cook for a few minutes. I'm going to top this with a little bit of butter, which has softened due to being near my stove. Some syrup. And we are a delicious go for breakfast.